What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. That is Fat Man Zoom. And today we're talking about specifically these two sectors that have done really well ever since Joe Biden was voted president-elect. And really since, we just found out that the Georgia runoff yielded 2 more Democratic seats in the Senate. So it is actually the renewable energy sector plus the EV sector. For me, the crazy part about this is that we've seen a lot of, stocks in the renewables energy sector just go absolutely insane, especially since we found out about the results of the runoff. And specifically, one that really stood out to me was Plug Power, ticker symbol PLUG, went absolutely insane today as of this recording, up 25%, all after our stock has already gone up well over 1,000%. And so would you agree that we're probably both really bullish on both of these sectors anyway, as it stands?
Absolutely, we are. As a sector.
Yeah, as a sector. But the thing of it is that I think it's really important to be careful with what exactly you choose to get into, especially at these lofty levels. With Plug Power in particular, and this is kind of one I want to kind of pick on a little bit. It's gone up so much and was such a tiny company. They had no real good revenue. They had really poor financials before all of this took place, and they have yet to cash in on any of that. And so that's something that I'm really kind of focused on and kind of like curious to see where this goes, because if we see an offering on this thing, we could see a very, very steep drop off, similar to the one that I know that Fat Man Zoom is going to be talking about. And so that's kind of what I am concerned about for a lot of you. If you guys are looking to get into something like Plug, I really, in my opinion, would probably just wait on something like an offering or some sort of form of dilution to come through, because that's when we'll really start to see this thing sell off. And to that point, you have a stock that you wanted to talk about that you think has had that happen to it and could be a good opportunity for it.
Yeah. So if you go, if you look at the Plug, which I will go back and we'll go over the technicals of these things.
Yeah.
But you can see that everybody's been bullish on this thing and it's been moving. I don't doubt that there will be an offering, and if you're the leadership, it's probably smart to do an offering.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how they haven't done one already.
Yeah, but if you're a shareholder, that's going to be tough. But
yeah.
The thing about it is there's going to be a lot of volatility. There's this, it's almost like an arms race that's going on between these companies. And so Plug is in the middle of it, in the thick of it, and up 30% is just insane.
and one day. So it's just today.
And so, this is the FOMO situation we always talk about. But the stock I wanted to bring to the table was QuantumScape. Okay, yeah. So ticker symbol QS. And QuantumScape, to give you just a quick little background behind it, it's solid state batteries. So basically it's battery technology. And they were formed back in 2000. They're formed back in 2010. Mm-hmm. They partnered with Volkswagen. Volkswagen invested like $100 million back in 2012, but they're a SPAC play. So they recently became public the end of last year. So November, they officially reverse merged with the SPAC, Kensington. Yeah. And then they had an offering in December, to your point. Literally, they go public in November, and then December 31st, they have an S1 filing. And then the next trading day, which was January 4th, they dropped by over 40%.
Yeah, that wasn't a ridiculous. But it was a ton of shares too, and that's the thing that's really scary about a lot of these companies that started off so small. Plug was a penny stock before this went insane.
Yeah, and so for us, we actually look for these opportunities, and QS could potentially be shaping up for that.
Yeah.
As a business, fundamentally, I don't love QS. I don't believe in it long term. I wouldn't personally be in it, but as a swing trade, I think it's great. I think it's been great. And I'm not mad at anybody that wants to get in, but this is an example of what we talk about with SPACs, with IPOs, and definitely with the volatility of EVs is waiting for your pitch. Yeah. This is the perfect situation. Yeah. And so I think this could potentially be a similar situation like you're saying with Plug, that this could play out in the very same way. So these are great opportunities for some. there's a lot of people holding the bag, and that stinks. But let's talk about the charts.
If we go ahead and look at this now, as of this recording, Plug right now is up 29% just today alone. You guys are watching this the following day of this recording, but looking at this thing, it's just been absolutely insane. If we go out to the daily chart, there's an incredible gap up today. We go ahead and scale this out, and this thing was as low as this is a penny stock. It was as low as $3 just 6 to 9 months ago, and so it's just been absolutely crazy to see how much this has gone up.
You want to see something cool?
What's up?
Scroll out to the monthly. Just hit all.
Oh my God, this is crazy. So this thing was all the way up here. What in the world? That's wild. I think this might account for some reverse splits or something in here. Which probably leads to a lot of dilution. And actually, I got asked about Plug a lot when before all this happened, when it was a penny stock, because people saw a lot of potential in it then. And I was like, it had small run-ups here and there, and then would fizzle out after earnings came out because the financials were sucked. Everybody's like, oh my God, look how much debt they have. It's like, well, no kidding. What did you think was going to happen here? And so then it would fall on its face. I don't know if earnings what they will look like, but I gotta imagine they're not going to be great, and I don't know if the reaction here is going to be all that great either the next time earnings.
To me, it doesn't matter, because if this run up holds and it keeps going up momentum wise, we got 2 more months till earnings.
Yeah,
I think it's profit taking no matter what you hear. If you're smart, bulls will say, well, we can go up to 1,600. I mean, there's probably still some bag holders that are watching right now from 2000 when it was over 1,000.
I got to imagine that's because of a reverse split somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But anyways, in all seriousness, I think that the earnings, you definitely have to take some, if not most, off the table for earnings.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be volatile. As far as QuantumScape, let's look at that dip it had on January 4th and what we're looking at.
Yeah, what a crazy first trading day of the year for Quantum, and what a crazy just trading activity that this has had ever since ever since they caught word that Bill Gates was really involved in this. This is when it started to go nuts, and so we saw this all the way down to below $10 a share, and skyrocketed on a very small share structure. That's why this thing moves so much to $132.73 highs. And now they're injecting another 300 million shares into this stock, cashing in on that monster move. And so that's why we saw such a massive drop on this thing. And it's starting to make its way back, but 300 million shares is a lot. And people who don't understand share structure all that well might have a hard time understanding why this happened and why it might struggle to move like it did before. But it's because you're diluting the stock. You're having a lot more shares that need to be traded through before it starts to move back up. Yeah,
these levels, I struggle with these levels. To me, this is, again, a swing trade.
Yeah.
The problem with it from a longer term perspective, and why I don't believe in it, is because solid state batteries just cost so much more.
Yeah.
And batteries already for EVs take up a large portion. I think we said it was over 30% of the cost of the vehicle.
Yeah.
How are you going to convince an EV company to then pay even more and take up a greater share of that? It needs to be going the other way. So for that reason, I wouldn't be anywhere near this in a long-term account. But momentum-wise on this move and the hype, like you mentioned, as far as Bill Gates as well being associated with it, you can get some good moves off of it, and I ain't mad at a momentum play.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thought process on this too. And really, for those of you who are watching and kind of wondering, well, what do I do next? And I think really the big thing here is just to kind of go after good quality stocks. Make sure you're diving into some of these financials, because if you see a lot of debt on the books, then there's probably a really good chance you're going to see an offering, because they're going to have to take care of those notes that are coming due rather quick. I'm sure they're coming due soon. They got to be. So definitely keep an eye on that kind of stuff, and really just go after big nice quality companies that have been around for a while. They got nice revenue coming in, don't have all that debt to worry about.
Yeah, and with that being said, speaking of EVs, this Sunday, we're going to be going live for Stockwatch Sunday, and our topic's going to be NEO Day, right? So NEO Day's on Saturday. We're going to see what they roll out, what they talk about. So guys, like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and tune in on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time to check out that.
That's going to do it for us. Nice, short, and sweet. We will see you guys Sunday. Hit that like button on the way out, and that'll do it for us. Bye. Bye.